All right, so my name is Bruce Zhang, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation about a company that I've done a little bit of market research about, Momiji. So let's start by looking at what is Momiji. Momiji is a Singapore-based rattan company that sells this like kind of handcrafted rattan furniture made in Indonesia, shipping mainly to Singapore and the United States. And now there's a little bit of a problem because given the natural distance between these three countries, you would think that they would sell better in Singapore than in the US, but no, they make about 5 times more revenue in the United States than in Singapore, which is disproportionate given the geographical distances. And so we got to take a look at why they're not selling so well in Singapore. And to answer this question, I interviewed 10 people. The number one concern is out of the 10 interviewees that I had, none have heard of Momiji. So how can a company sell well if people don't even know who they are? And the second concern that I had was the 10 people that I interviewed, every single one of them tended to buy furniture in real life. So they'd like to go to a shop, see it, sit on it, feel it. And nobody really looks for a furniture online. And if they were to look online, most people only go to big websites that they know about, like IKEA, Taobao, Shopee, whatnot, giving Momiji no chance. And so given these problems, we have to first look at if it even is worth it for Momiji to stay in Singapore. So we have to say, well, is there a market? And the answer is absolutely yes. 10 out of 10 of the people that I interviewed expressed some form of interest for handmade rattan furniture. Out of those 10, 8 were interested in purchasing something comfortable, handmade, and with a unique story. Mrs. Craig, in particular, is willing to spend thousands of dollars on an existing Momiji product, citing the beautiful craftsmanship, showing that there are people who will appreciate and who will spend big money on Momiji here. They should stay. So let's take a look at concerns of what Singaporean people might have with Momiji. And so, or like maybe something that they wish the company did better. And so one is enhanced awareness and storytelling. Nobody knows who they are. If people knew who they are, that's better. And in particular, Mrs. Mace, Mr. Dan Smith, Yangza, and Adam all emphasize that the cool story of Momiji, which is rattan furniture being hand harvested, handmade, and like artisan made. It's a cool story, sustainable, right? People want to hear that story. More people know that story, more interest. Another concern that people had was customizability. So Shuamin, Allison, and Mrs. Craig all emphasize a preference for more customizability that could come in the shape of different patterns that you can pick, different sizing that you can pick to fit your house, different colors that you can pick to fit the tones. And the more customizability, the more customers you can win over. And also, a big concern that people had was a lack of in-person shopping options. So Mr. Ryan, Luga, and Yangza said they all need to see and feel furniture, look for quality, looking for durability, looking for comfort before they buy it. And given these concerns, I've come up with a couple solutions. The first solution that I've come up with is enhanced advertising. So this can come in the form of 5 to 10 minute long documentary films about their production, or it could come in the form of YouTube shorts, reels, TikToks about how rattan is made, or maybe how rattan is weaved. And ideally, if they could and funds allow, possible collaborations with celebrities and well-known film studios. This can, one, increase product awareness. More people will see this stuff and know who Momiji is, and two, tells a unique story about maybe why rattan is so expensive, justifying some of their price. Some samples that we can see is on the right. We can take a quick look at we can take a quick look at this one's a documentary highlighting harvesting of rattan in Indonesia, or we can have something like this, like how rattan is handmade, stuff like that, or like how these patterns are handmade, just like so. And another solution that we have is they got to go back to doing in real life pop-up stores. This could happen, doesn't have to happen all the time, but this could happen a few days at a time, maybe a weekend, once a month, on Saturday, Sunday. One, increase product awareness. You put a big showroom in the middle of Takashima, you put a big showroom in the middle of Clark Quay, of Great World, of Shaw Center. People are going to see it, and then whether they like it or not, they're going to know about it. And also, this is going to allow people to physically assess your product and physically test out your product. They can sit on the chair, ask themselves if this is a comfortable chair, if this is a beautiful chair, if this is a sturdy chair, if it looks as good in real life as it is online. And that can greatly enhance customer confidence when purchasing a chair, especially when they're spending so much money. I don't want to spend $500 on a chair that I haven't actually tried. And also, number three, the best thing is you could have a salesman there in person telling them as they are testing that some Indonesian craftsman spent the past 3 months painstakingly hand weaving this thing, which honestly is a cool story and could push somebody over the edge in buying it. Potential locations you could do this is Takashima ground floor, outside Shaw Center, Great World, Clark Quay, you name it. And the third solution that I have is enhanced customizability. By allowing for customization, Momiji can win over more customers who want specific types of rattan. This way, like the stuff can fit better in their houses. The stuff can maybe like look more aesthetically pleasing or be more to their taste. And so you can win over a new demographic. And furthermore, when you're custom making something, Momiji can actually justify like the stupidly long wait times that they have. Right now, if you want Momiji, you have to wait like 3, 4, 5 months for stuff to come in. Now, if you were to tell somebody that this stuff is being hand weaved just for you by an Indonesian craftsman, you can justify that wait time a lot better than versus then, oh yeah, our shipping sucks. And so obviously this isn't all without criticism. One major criticism that AI actually gave me is that documentary filming can be expensive, especially for a company tight on funds like Momiji. Well, guess what? You don't have to start with like a Discovery Channel quality documentary. Just start with like short reels and try to go viral, right? Maybe like interview like a rattan weaver or like maybe just ASMR clips. Just really, one is awareness increase, and two, tell the cool story. Anything you got to do to get there, and in the long term, this is gonna be worth it because the research says that if you tell the story well, people will be willing to pay high. Second potential criticism is actually that in real life showrooms can be annoying, and this was something that the Momiji founder actually told us in class. Fair enough, but 30% of my sample size did say that they like to sample furniture before making a purchase. So that's 3 out of 10 people explicitly highlighted that, and I think everybody has more confidence trying something out in real life versus just looking at a picture online. Doing a showroom can allow people to learn and feel the quality of the product, and you can attract passersby who might not have known the information about the product, all of which you cannot do online. And Plus, in Singapore, you should always have a running stock of display. It could just be a couple chairs. Surely it's not that difficult to find a place to store them and to maybe rent a U-Haul for a day and just drive them around. That can't cost that much. And if you can sell two chairs, you can offset that. I guarantee you'll sell more than two chairs in a week. And the third potential criticism is, what if in real life showrooms, like the places that I listed, are the wrong places? For example, Takashimaya ground floor is full of young people, maybe people who aren't really there for furniture, just people trying to go to the food court or grocery shopping. Well, that's not true. Takashimaya ground floor is full of people from all walks of life. Everything gets sold there: Chinese New Year goods, premium jewelry, you name it, like all sorts of stuff. And the same applies for all the other places. Singapore is a place where the rich and poor rub shoulders. So like there isn't really a place where rich people aren't. There isn't really a place where young people who might buy momiji aren't. People are everywhere. Like unless you say you put this in like a aging center or something, but whatever. They're not going to do that. And plus, Yangza has actually shopped for furniture at Takashimaya, admitting that this is actually a place where people look for stuff like this. And to end this thing off, I'll just conclude by saying what I hope to see momiji go forward to increase the sales in Singapore. One, ditch the current marketing strategy, spend some money to earn more money. You advertise more, people know your stuff better, people interested by your story, they're going to spend more money, you're going to make more money. Two, they should gradually start increasing their online presence and storytelling, starting with making some maybe reels, and then moving on to short clips later. And three, find a physical presence by doing once monthly showrooms in elegant locations. Find places to store your furniture, invent U-Haul service to move furniture to showrooms. You don't need to stock much. You can have photos. You just put chairs there, let people try them, let them look at photos while trying the chairs, have a showman tell the story. I guarantee you'll sell more. Thank you.